Hello, hello. Welcome to the People Power Fantasy Football Podcast. We are your host. We have Nick, the Spaceman Lamb, and
Ryan, Snowhawk, Harper.
thank you. You got it right. I'm impressed. All right.
Yep.
So, as you know, we are in a fantasy league all together, and this podcast is basically to get the league more, interactive with each other, make it more fun. We're going on the whim here, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you have any suggestions for anything, please let us know. First thing we like to go over is Week 1's results. It was one hell of a week, that's for sure. There was a lot of ups, lots of downs. The first match we'll go over is me versus Luck of the Irish. I ended up winning the game 143 to 98.82, but truth be told, I didn't think I was going to win that game. I mean, I was upset the whole day. Ask Mark. I mean, I was with him, and pretty much the entire Sunday, he was leading me. None of my guys could get touchdowns. All of his guys were. And then Drew Brees came through in the end for me. Still, that's why you love fantasy football. Thankfully for me, Brandon Marshall had one catch. You know, stuff like that worked in my favor. Kelvin Benjamin as well had one or two catches that he was playing. The other matchup was Two Girlies, One Cup versus Rams bringing it up in the rear. Now, Rams had forgot to check his lineup before the Thursday night game. You got to remember the Thursday games because he played a person that's in the IR. Oh, man. And his name is Edelman. Great play if he would have actually been healthy. So he ended up losing that game. That was a big part of it. We had Mark, the EBDB versus Trump Train, our other host here. And would you like to talk about your matchup at all, sir?
Well, you see what happened was Mark had Kareem Hunt. That was kind of a Thursday night. I got on, saw how many points he had, so I realized it was going to be one of those weeks. Then Sunday, Mark had played the Rams defense, which had a really, really good game against the Colts. So after that,
it's like one of those games where you knew they were going to do good, but geez, man, they put up 52 points. Like, who would have thought?
Like when I saw the Rams hit that points, I was like, I should just cut off my phone. There's nothing I could do. Like, I mean, Golden Tate, which I didn't expect much, got 21 points. I was like, okay. I mean, thanks for trying, but
yeah, he definitely tried for you. That's for sure. So after that blowout of a game, we had green around the gills versus total domination in our closest matchup of the week of 20 points. And green around the gills ended up winning, but it was a fun matchup to watch because, green around the gills had another defense, the Jaguars, that put up 54, but outside of that, no one really blew up in that game. Leonard Fournette did have 36, but it's because he had the 100-yard rushing bonus. That was just a fun game to watch because it was so close the whole time. And then after that, we had Daddy Squad versus Miller time, another 20-point game. And same thing, close game. There was a couple lead changes in the end. Miller time ended up losing. And then we had another blowout. I'm the man star, 177 points to beer money, who couldn't even get in the triple digits. Not even close. He was 78.92. Now, in his defense, he did have Jameis Winston, Jay Ajayi, both on bye because of the Hurricanes. And those are two players I'm sure he would have started. He's a big Winston fan, and how do you not start Jay Ajayi? And his defense, the Patriots, got negative points for the poor guy. Whew, man, he's going to need a rebound after that. And then, so after every week on the page, I always do awards for teams. And the two awards I do is the Beastly, and that's awarded to the team with the most points, and that was Mark. The EBDB, he got 200 points, 200.23 to be exact. He's the first team to do it this year. That's typically a hard margin to get to, so him getting it in week 1's pretty impressive. And then we have the lightweight of the week. The team that scored the least amount, and that is awarded to beer money for a score that hopefully does not happen again by anybody. I don't wish that on nobody. 78.92 points. Whew, man. And now I'm going to pass the torch on to Lamb. He's got something interesting to talk about.
All right. Well, I mean, week 1 was always exciting for fantasy football. Well, more for others than some, especially when you get blown out like I did. But I mean, week 2 is always a good one to look forward to because week 1 you might have some players that hurt for for preseason players hurt like Odell Beckham, who I feel like could have been a big player for his offense, whoever had him on fantasy, and hopefully everything works out with him. And some players I think hopefully will have a good game this week fantasy wise. Will be quarterback Drew Brees.
I hope so. He's on my team, baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, look how he's going up against the New England Patriots and how bad that secondary looked last week. And now, and knowing how Brees is and how poorly he played, and he's going to want to go out and show that he can still keep up. Another player might be interesting to watch, maybe Alex Smith. He might hopefully keep up that good streak he had going Thursday night.
300 yards, man, and what was it? 3 touchdowns he had? 4 touchdowns? That guy was on fire.
4 touchdowns. Because I remember texting my aunt. I said, "You gonna watch the game?" And she was like, "I don't know." I said, "Brady's about to throw for like 4 touchdowns." And then next day I saw Alex Smith had 3 for 4 touchdowns, and Brady had nothing.
Brady had the face palm.
Yeah, just another player I think hopefully will have a good one is Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn, beast mode.
Beast mode be playing. I think they're playing the Jets. That could be a easy game because the Jets defense is not as well stopping the runs as the Titans were. Alright.
Yeah, so those are good points. Now, what I want to talk about real quick is the injuries. So, some of the injuries, not all of them. There was a lot in week 1. The 4 big ones. I really want to talk about 4. 3 of them, well, they all matter to us, but really 3 of them affect us because they're offensive players. I do want to talk about 1 defensive player, but the 3 offensive is David Johnson, Danny Woodhead, and Allen Robinson. Now, Allen Robinson's out for the year. Danny Woodhead, from what I've been reading, he'll be back. That can change, however. And then David Johnson's going to be out a couple months. He should be back for the playoffs. Huge blows to teams. Danny Woodhead maybe not so much as the other 2, but, I mean, that's just drastic.
With Arizona, how they use David Johnson for
everything.
Almost every play they can think of.
Yeah. But the other one I want to talk about is Eric Berry. That poor guy ruptured his Achilles tendon. The guy who shut down Gronk that game. He's done it before. It's nothing new. He's done that before. He's now out for the year. So that's just something to think about for teams, that are playing Kansas City. Eric Berry's gone. Keep that in mind for matchup plays. That's why that matters to us. People don't think about that, but that definitely matters to us in fantasy football.
Right. It's such a huge blow for the Kansas City defense, like you were saying. How you're not going to have Eric Berry there stopping the passes that do get completed, or
yeah, that guy's so good.
He's shut down, especially some games that you can't even. Quarterbacks are just afraid to throw in that area.
One thing I wanted to talk about real quick was the amount of trades that have been going on. It's been making me happy, actually. I'm a firm believer, I've said it a million times, championships are not built on drafts. You got to make waiver picks, you got to make trades. Now, last year was a very odd year. Teams weren't trading. You would send somebody a trade, and they would just decline it. There's no counter. It was just weird to me because that's not how I play fantasy football.
Happened to me 3 or 4 times trying to trying to reach out for somebody
Yeah, it's
and them not wanting to hear it because said player's been getting them at least 20 points.
mm-hmm.
I would trade somebody that's been getting me at least 20 points.
Right.
But no, just because they want them, they don't even offer or talk about anything or.
Mm-hmm. And I get it. You like a player a lot. You don't want to get rid of them. From my experience, I've been doing this for a long time now. From my experience in fantasy football, no one's untradeable. Nobody. And so, but I get it. You grow attached. But this year, before the first week, there were numerous trades, and I loved every bit of it. I was a part of quite a few of them myself, and I just love seeing it. I love seeing it. There's been a lot of waiver action already. It's going to be an exciting year. The people that came into the league this year, they seem to be active, and I love to see it. We just have a good group of people right now that seem to be just coexisting very well, and it's gonna be a fun year. You know, the teams that lost this week, you know, it's nice to get that first one out of the way. It always seems for me to be the biggest hurdle every year. So when I start out 1-0, it's nice. But the other 6 teams, man, like even Tony, who couldn't even get 80 points, like he still has a good team, and he could beat on any given week. He could beat any of us. Even Mark, the guy that scored 200 points. Like that's what I'm loving about this. So keep up the trading, keep up the waiver picks. We are all still in this, man.
Yeah, like you were saying, how you become like such attached to players. From when I didn't even draft him, I had drafted Eli because Cam was already off the board my first time during the league, and I think I was trading with Bader. And I got Cam Newton that magical year Carolina had, 15-1, and
yeah,
me he was untradeable. And then somebody was offering me people were offering me trades for the off season for Cam for the 6-10 year, and I probably should have taken some of them up on it, considering the outcome of it. But it's just like you said, some players you go off on to.
You really do. I had Peyton Manning the year he threw 55 touchdowns. So I get it. I had people every week offering me, you know, trade after trade. One guy, he literally sent me every draft pick that he had for the next year for Peyton Manning, and he put, because you can put like a little message with the trade, and it said, "Please accept this." That's what he put on it. I'll never forget that. And I declined it, obviously, but you know, I didn't even win the Super Bowl that year with him. You know, so I should have made the trade. That was the first. I had a bye week, and then the first round of the playoffs, he only threw like 1 touchdown that game or 2, and I was used to him getting like 5. So my team was built around Peyton Manning, not the other way around. And yeah, so he had 1 bad week. It was in the playoffs, and I fucking lost. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Sometimes you just because I don't know who was in our team last year. He was just killing it all the way through, and then like the first week of the playoffs. Like his quarterback, I think it was Derek Carr. He didn't play as well that week, and then he just lost that game because he just, like you said, he had his team built around Carr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you. There's always a lesson from every failure, and that's one of them. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I think in that game too, his star running back got hurt like the first quarter in, and he couldn't do anything about it.
One thing I wanted to talk about was the clever team names in our league, because they're so diverse, and some of them I don't understand. So I'm going to read all of them real quick, and maybe you can help me, because I'm not 100% on all of these. Now, the first one, I know what it is. It's the EBDBBNB. Do you know what that is, Lamb?
I know it's a reference from the TV show The League, which is also about fantasy football.
Yes, it is. It's Taco's thing. It's the Eskimo Brothers Database Bed and Breakfast. That's what it stands for.
That.
The next one is 2 Girlies, 1 Cup, which is really funny because the team that is named 2 Girlies, 1 Cup doesn't even have Todd Gurley. But it's obviously a reference to 2 girls in a cup. We have Luck of the Irish because he's a ginger. Go figure. Now this is the one that I could never figure out. He's been the same team name. He's been in the league for like 5 years. He's never changed his team name. But it's I'm Demand Star. I don't get it. I just don't know. We have green around the gills. Now he's a Packers fan, so I presume that means he's like a green fish or something. We have Miller time because he has Lamar Miller, or he did last year. Does he have Lamar Miller this year? I can't remember.
He does. He has Lamar Miller.
No, okay, so at least his team name still matches because that was his team name last year too. And then we have me, the greatest, the one and only, the Snowhawks.
The Snowhawks.
Then we have the Trump train.
Yes, sir.
Just chugging along to that 0-1 start.
Yep.
And then we have Rams bringing it up the rear. A St. Louis native still loving the Rams. I love it. We have Daddy Squad because apparently he's a squad of dads. And then that's also, according to him, Odell Beckham is not a good player, ladies and gentlemen. And
not at all.
We have Total Domination, a great name for a team that's 0-1. They totally dominated that loss. And we have Beer Money because wrestling. I don't know. I just like how we have all these cool different names, you know.
All right.
And then Lamb, if you want to go ahead and do our what's that?
So remember what was like how you had yours? What was it last year? You had yours the Dublin Antlers.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago, mine was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I like how
I remember
some teams kind of edit their name around
the players.
Their star player.
One year, Mark, he had I can't remember all the players he had, but he had Brandon Marshall on his team, and his team name was "There's a new Marshall in town," and then he traded Marshall, and he got Marshawn Lynch, and his team name was Fourth and Lynch's, and then he would trade Marshawn Lynch, and then he had Demarius Thomas, and I forgot what team name he had, but he had a team name for Demarius Thomas, and he traded him. And then he ended with Adrian Peterson, and his team name was Keep Your Hand Off My Peterson. And that was the only player he didn't trade that year. That had a name for his team based around the player. It was so funny though. Like once we knew he made, you know, the running joke was, oh, he made his team name after this guy. That means he wants to trade him. That was like his way of signifying that the player's on the trade block. Yeah.
Instead of just like saying, "Hey, if anybody's interested, such available," no, it goes, bam, trade.
Classic Mark. But yeah, if you want to do the closeout section real quick, Lamb.
Okay, well, for this week, the opponents for our fan will be the Luck of the Irish, going up against the Two Girlies, One Cup, without Todd Gurley. We'll have Mark, the E B D B and D going up against. Try saying that 3 times pretty fast. Have the green going up against Green around the gills. Then we have the Miller Tom going against I'm Demand Star. And then we have the Rams bringing up the rear, going up against a team who I think is easy to beat, going by the name of Snowhawks.
Whoa! I take offense to that, sir.
I mean, they only have Drew Brees, Le'Veon Bell, AJ Green. I mean, that's easy.
The team's weak, son.
I mean, if Bell played like he did last week, that could be
I don't want to think about it.
Then we have Total Domination going up against myself, Trump Train.
The derailed train.
Yeah, the derailed train that crashed into a brick wall, known as the Rams defense. Going up against Total Domination, the battle of the 0-1 starts. And then ending it with Daddy Squad going up against the Beer Money.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty solid week of fantasy football to me.
Interesting week. Yep. And so now we're going to go over just quickly over the NFL Week 2 schedule.
Yeah, so we're actually going to predict the NFL schedule. And we're going to do it the whole year. We didn't do it Week 1 for obvious reasons because this is our first podcast. And then it's going to be like a little game. And whoever ends the year with the most right wins. What do we win? We don't know yet. We haven't figured it out, but we win something.
We win $1.02.
And Mark has to give us the $1.02.
Yes.
Because we're broke and we can't afford it.
It'll probably be all in nickels, dimes, and pennies, but it'll still be something.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it to my bank and get that in a dollar bill, y'all.
I like the coin star.
No, they take money. They take like 5%, man. It's not
Oh,
worth
do they
it.
really?
Yeah, take that to your bank.
Oh,
They'll give you straight cash money.
oh, I didn't ever thought about it like that. I know. Yeah.
All right,
So,
Lamb, get a piece of paper though. Write these down. Our predictions.
all right. Shit. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, how are we gonna keep tabs of our predictions?
Yeah, I have a paper I can grab. Just give me 1 second.
And while he's grabbing that, I just want to say that the first team that beats the EBDB please talk so much shit to him. He is on the highest of horses right now. See, last year he scored the most points in the league. He was cocky. He wouldn't let anyone forget all the points he was scoring. He was the Dallas Cowboys of our league. Like, he was really good. And just like the Dallas Cowboys, he lost the first round of the playoffs. So,
Dallas.
just like Dallas. And so the first thing that beats him this year, please do not stop talking crap to him, because he's going to do the same to you if he beats you.
Just go ahead and write a hand letter talking about how easy it was to defeat him and just mail it to his house.
Yeah, there you go. Just like that.
Okay, so got my pen, got my paper,
Okay.
got my Carolina Panthers pen. It's not like it matters, but
Oh, it matters. That's the GOAT team. Carolina Panthers, baby.
team without a Super Bowl.
You know what?
Get,
You don't need a Super Bowl to be the GOAT, you know?
yeah, look at Johnny Manziel.
Exactly.
Okay, so going to the week 2 NFL, we have I'm assuming these are at what stadium they are from top to bottom.
Yeah, Houston Texans at Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, I think the Texans will win at home.
Okay, well, they're not
Coming
home.
off they had last. Oh, I mean not home. They'll win on the road after their somewhat blowout at home.
Okay, I'm definitely going Cincinnati. They're going to rebound this week. The quarterback had 4 interceptions and 1 fumble. He is way better than that. I think they're going to come out guns a-blazing. They're going to fix the problem, and AJ Green is going to go ham. I am going Cincinnati Bengals all the way.
I feel like you're going AJ because you have him on your team. If I'm not mistaken,
I'm hoping that he goes ham because yes, I do have him on my team.
we got 4 touchdowns instead of 4 interceptions.
That'd be amazing.
Then we have the Buffalo Bills at the Carolina Panthers, which now in the offseason, how they got a whole bunch of Carolina players.
Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina in this one.
I think so too, just because the Bills because the Buffalo Bills are kind of hard to trust considering their last few seasons. I mean, granted, they did make a lot of changes in the staff and the coaching and.
Yep, on to the next one, sir.
Chicago Bears and Tampa Bay.
I'm going to go Tampa.
Tampa, that's interesting.
Well, Chicago sucks.
Oh, true, but I'm going differently. I feel like Bears will win this one.
Nice.
All right, then we have the Vikings in Pittsburgh.
I'm going Steelers.
Yeah, me too. Just because you can't go against Big Ben and Antonio Brown.
Not at Pittsburgh. If it was at Minnesota, I might go the other way.
Yeah. All right, then we have the Arizona Cardinals going up against the Colts.
Oh, man. That's okay, so make a note of this. If Andrew Luck is not playing, I'm going Arizona. If Andrew Luck plays, I'm going Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to go with the Cardinals.
Either way, okay.
Mm-hmm. So which one do you mean to pin you down for? 50-50 or if, like you said, Luck plays?
Yeah, if Luck plays, I'm going Colts. If he doesn't, I'm going Arizona.
If Luck plays, Colts. If not, Arizona. Okay. Then we have the New England Patriots playing at New Orleans.
Oh, man. I want to go New Orleans, but that defense looks so bad. I'm going to go New England.
Then again, both defenses look pretty deflated
Yeah, but it's not really because really what cost the Patriots was the offense, and that offense is, I believe, going to be fixed by this game.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go to New England. All right, and just kind of interesting. You're probably going to be an interesting thought. We have the Browns going up against the Ravens, and I'm picking the Browns for this one.
I am too, actually. They really impressed me on Sunday.
Only losing by 3 points, which last year they who for week 1 got destroyed by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean they played really good. That defense and offensive line,
Better than last year.
like really good for the Browns. I was impressed. I was like, holy cow! And granted, Pittsburgh didn't play as well as they normally do, but
Yeah.
regardless, Browns impressed me.
Okay, so then we have the Eagles going to Kansas City. They play the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will continue their run like how they had against New England. So I think Chiefs will go with the victory.
There's a long way of saying Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll go Kansas City as well.
Okay, so Chiefs for both of us. Then we have the Titans at the Jaguars.
I'm going Jags.
You're going Jags. I am going Jags as well. All right, then we have the Jets at Oakland.
I'm going Oakland for sure.
Definitely Oakland. All right, then we have the Dolphins at the Chargers.
Oh man, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go Miami.
Are you thinking about the return of Jay Cutler?
Smoking Jay Cuddy, baby.
That's what I'm thinking. I think
He's gonna walk out with that cigarette in his mouth, fucking hanging out, just dangling on his fucking out of his lips, fucking throwing touchdowns. Not really. He'll be throwing interceptions, but Jay Ajayi will be getting touchdowns.
Somehow, some way, Jay Ajayi will get in touchdowns. All right. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys playing at Broncos.
Oh my god, this is gonna be because it's at Denver. Like this is going to be possibly the game of the week. I want to go Dallas here, man. Yeah, I want to go Dallas.
How, in the words of Mark, going with the boys.
Going with the boys.
Just because I feel like this game is a big way for Dak to prove that he is not just that last year wasn't just a fluke.
Yeah, they're just a better all around team until Denver gets that quarterback situation fixed. Like I'm not even worried about Denver. Like their defense is going to be stout, obviously, but Dallas is just a good team all around.
All right, then we have the 49ers playing in Seattle.
Seattle.
Same for me as well. So Seahawks. Then we have the Redskins playing at the Rams.
Oh, man. I'm actually going to go Rams.
That's what I was thinking as well. Is from that good week they had this past week, especially with their defense. Granted, going up against a AJ luckless offense. All right, then we have. I messed that up. I said AJ Luck. I do apologize. Andrew Luckless.
Like who the fuck is AJ Luckless? All right, what's the next game?
All right, this is how you said the other one was going to be your game of the week. This is, I think, could be the game of the week. It's Sunday Night Football. It'll be the Packers going up against the Falcons.
Oh my god, I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
That's gonna be a good fucking game though.
Yep, Green around the gills will be happy with this.
Just fucking swimming in his fish tank with his fucking Packers colored fish.
All right, and then so Monday night we have the Detroit Lions playing the Giants in New York.
I'm gonna go Detroit.
Detroit. All right. And granted, we're not experts, so we can get every single one of these wrong.
The only one I care about getting right is the Carolina game.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, for tuning in next week. Hopefully it'll be more polished than this. This was definitely our first run at it. We didn't stop to redo anything. This was legit just one take, and we're going to see how it turns out. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you do have any suggestions, please let us know. And good luck this week. You got anything to say, Lamb?
Good luck.
All right, well, he keeps it short and sweet to the point. Till next week.